What's up, fellow lords of gaming, and welcome back to the channel. So we're jumping in today finally with the Sentry review. So first thing we got to do though is take him over into some combat, because guess what, they've been hosing your boy for quite a while on this percentage, and I do mean hosing me something fierce. I'm gonna go with stage 2 just because, for reasons like I said, casual players, easiest stage to basically complete as long as you're in it. And we're going to basically use Sentry on this team right here, so he's not really receiving very much support. He's at 97.6%. Before we do that, just because I can't, it's been that long since I've been able to play with him, let's take a look at my build with him and then take a look at the skills so we can get sort of a deep dive, and then we'll wager the cost. So you can look inside my details. I've already got him maxed out on stats, which makes this a really big good thing, because essentially when you look at the uniform, I don't have a lot to do with him in terms of getting those uniform options. So let's take a look at those real quick, just so that we can though get it all leveled up nice and neat. And let's take a look. So first uniform option is Marvel Studios, the Marvels, Kamala Khan. Good uniform for her overall. If you're looking at it, you can see the expensiveness of that cost right there alone, right? It ain't gonna be cheap, baby. Not if you want to level up Sentry. So it is what it is. So that's first off. So we got those. We can upgrade his uniform for Kamala Khan. 1.2 mil. I think I was somewhere around 305 or something like that. So let's just start with that number saying that. All right, so next up, the uniform that we're going to get with him is, let's see who we got. Mr. Fantastic, the Maker. It's kind of weird that they basically had the Mr. Fantastic Maker uniform, just because of the fact that we know there's a uniform basically coming for him, right? So like, why? I guess is essentially the question. Like, why? So we get 160 on top of the 3. Like, this is going to be expensive, guys. But at least I'm hearing that good things from him. So I'm happy to hear that, he's getting his accolades inside here. Beast. It's his newest uniform, so okay, you can't complain too much. How many was that? 6. You can't complain too much about Beast being the uniform inside there. Like I said, it's his newest uniform. I just don't know what you're going to do with it. 6.75. Ugh, it hurts so bad. And another 240k on top of that. What I'm fearful about is the cost to upgrade him at each level. That's what I'm really worried about. In terms of, tier 4 materials and stuff like that. Carnage, the Fallen Soul. That's a good uniform. Carnage still has viability inside of PvP, especially like Otherworld battles. So 10.2, Jesus, he still has viability inside PvP, so it's not a bad uniform to get. Like, go ahead and purchase that uniform if you don't have it already. And it's a cool looking uniform too, to be perfectly honest. It's probably one of the better looking uniforms throughout the entirety of the game. So let's see. So all right, so last uniform options is Marvel Studios Loki. I don't know how to feel about that one. Definitely not a bad uniform for Loki at all. It's his most recent, so at least we can say for a fact that, Sentry has some pretty decent uniform options. He shouldn't be getting hosed down on any of those. Now pay attention, like I said, as your count matures, these uniform options become less of a factor, because you don't really need to have like dodge in some of these, because you'll be able to max out a lot of these options through the varying means, whether it's comic cards or your swords or whatever. You'll be able to max out these options pretty easily. I'll leave this one as HP. I tend to like having HP, so I'll leave those as that. We'll change this one to HP as well. I always tend to change them to HP, dodge, HP, dodge, and then depending on where my stats are, I'll move that over to crit rate or crit damage. And then if I have all of them maxed out, then I'll just go for whatever attack is there. I can't believe I didn't get the HP on that roll. Definitely don't need movement speed, so, dodge. At one point, I was choosing dodge, because it was the one stat that I just didn't have enough of. So Yeah, that was why I was using it. So I don't need this, so we're just gonna go energy attack on him. That's what he is. If you don't understand how that works, I've seen some people's builds where they've been choosing other things, so I just wouldn't do that if I were you. So there we go. So his skills are in effect there. We can come back and we can look at his details if we want to. His gear, I do have some Odin's blessings on him from previous builds. Obviously, I do have you know, his skills leveled up, and then he's got a type 4 rank enhancement, ISO 8, power of an angry Hulk. Guess what? I have no artifact on him, and I'm going to show you that he can still complete this content. Custom gear, no custom gear either. None. None, boys. I'm going to show you he'll still complete this content, which is good, right? So let's preview his skills, because I do want to take a look at those really quickly and remember the practice combo. So turn off this combat settings. First skill, he gets this eye beams a la Superman. You know what I mean? Like, hey, Clark, strike him with the eye beams. 2 skill, nice, really simple, nothing really, you know, too flashy or anything like that. He's a very simple character, to be perfectly honest. We get the 3 dash around. It's the same as the skill before with his uniform, with the previous kit. It's just that the colors have changed on this one. They like black and red, which is nice, you know, not bad, nothing necessarily there. His 4th skill, it's a good skill. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Nothing's really there. And then we get his 5th skill. I want to kind of see if we can get from this angle, where he basically summons the void. Void comes out, pops, does his damage. So that's essentially the skills. Let's take a look at the practice combo. So we got 4, 5, and 3 as the combo skill. 4, 5, 3. Really simple. 4, delay cancel 5, and then into 3. It's a very slight delay cancel in that 4, if you notice. So it's like 4, wait for him to punch down, and then 5, and then go right into the 3. Really simple. Like, and the good thing is that there's not a whole lot going on in his skill, so you can see the visual cue. You know what I mean? It's like 4, he slams down 5, and then 3. Ah, fucked it up that time. Telling you, I get the visual cue and I messed it up. Slam. I messed it up again. What the hell? Oh my God, he slams. There we go. 5 and then 3. Jesus Christ, how I'm messing that up. It's important that you know when you're needing to cancel out of those skills, just because if you mess up that skill rotation, you'll probably mess up your rotation overall. So if you really bad at it, get a CTP of Rage. Okay, so no, I didn't want to end the practice combo. Let's go to the second one, where he's got his tier 3 up, and then it's just 4, 5, 3, and then 6. So 4, let him cancel into that 3, and then directly into 6. Really simple. 4, 5, 3, 6 combination. And then when he has his 7 skill up, it's just 7, 4, 5, 3, and then 6. Real easy rotation, and you just let all the damage pour out. All right, so that's essentially the build with him. So let's take him over here at tier 3 into World Boss Ultimate, who it looks like I'm gonna be fighting Gore. So Gore is a little bit deprecated, in my opinion, in terms of like a competitive looking world boss, because he received the nerf. And so basically the top tier of the world boss legend would be, you know, Black Swan, King, and Dark Phoenix, and then everybody beneath that. But we're gonna take a look at this anyway, so let's ready up. I cannot imagine for the life of me that I'm gonna get screwed on this 97.6%. So let's get it on. So a team I'm using is basically just a team of, like, I don't know why I had her in here. Why is she in there? I don't know. I'm gonna leave it on there anyways, though. Like, it's just I think this team I had in here because I was getting potentials up for these characters, but it's cool. I'm gonna leave this alone. Don't need to do more. No more. I'm just finally happy this potential realization is over, because this has been days. I've been wanting to bring you guys this content. Let him slide. 4, 5, and then 3. He'll do some good damage, I think, but it won't be enough not to take him out of the field. 4, 5, and then 3, and then into 6. And we get him to break through. Now, with some of like your tier 4 characters and stuff like that, you'll essentially see like those characters are able to break through all the way down, especially at stage 2, straight to the 1 and get rid of it. You know, sort of like I said, I'm doing this with Sentry, and he has no custom gear. So we're gonna go back. 4, 5, 3, break him down. And then 2, 1. Now, if I remember correctly, at one point I did take off that custom gear from Sentry. Like, I think I was running him with a CTP of energy. Might have been a CTP of energy or a CTP of rage. I can't remember which one. And I just took it off because I was like, yeah, dude's not doing that work for me. Especially since it had been forever and a day since he basically received his update. So I just kind of let it go. I love his movement speed, by the way. He's got really good movement speed. Makes clearing the map really easy. So we're gonna go 4, 5, 3, and then into 6. And let's see him get the bars out. So it's taking a little bit longer because, like I said, there is no custom gear on this character at all. I wish I could show you guys this with the majority of my characters, but I really just can't because it's just I've got custom gears on so many of them. So 1 minute and 30 on Gore Stage 2, whatever, no CTP, no artifact, you know, as basic kit as you could possibly imagine, essentially, right? Not a whole lot shining there in terms of that. So, but it gives you an idea of where the character can go. And just so you guys are aware, yes, I am well aware that, you know, Sentry is meant to probably be PvP, but I have said this before. I'll say it again for everybody in the back. I do not care about PvP because I don't have that kind of money to whale out, so it just doesn't matter to me. So it'll enhance his potential. So basically we've got the choice between Carbonadium and Souls of the Faultine. You most definitely do not want to be using your souls or your carbs. Use the life seeds. Use the life seeds. It's gonna hurt no matter what because you still need those life seeds, but at least those life seeds are only needed for the skills. You know what I mean? Use those goddamn life seeds. And then when you level him up, you're gonna have the option between bios and then materials. I don't care. Use the cosmic cube fragments. These things are pretty easy to come by now. I mean, if you've got, like, I've got enough bio stuff that I could basically use in terms of what do you call it, in terms of bios that I could use the support shop as well. I've got almost like 8 million coins from the support shop to you know, on hand. But realistically, I like to hold on to the bios just because, you know, I probably don't need to, but you know, it's there. Now you could play the game with the success rates in here, and I think Cynic Alex does this quite a bit, where he'll play with the success rates for like 10%, so forth and everything. I don't like to be bothered with that, to be perfectly honest with you. This is not the game where I'm trying to min-max that much in terms of skills. By large, I can tell you the majority of tier 4s and things like that they do release, you know, you're basically FOMO'd into purchasing them. Because you're not really using them goddamn characters. I hate to say that, but, like, you know, I could show you the laundry list of tier 4s that you'd be like, hey, when was the last time you actually used that tier 4? If you had them leveled up, you know, and you had other options at tier 4. When was the last time you actually used it? So we're just gonna use those. So it's cool. Alrighty, there we go. So we got him all the way to level 80 now. I'm gonna, like, realistically, if you're gonna take, there are certain characters in the game that you can take to level 80 and they're good enough. Like, I think Odin was that good, Spider-Gwen was that good, even Miles Morales was that good. I think, though, we've passed that era in terms of where we're gonna see level 80 characters who aren't taken to tier 4 and, you know, they're just good at level 80. They've put so much into the tier 4 and also redistributed things into the tier 4 as well, that I just don't think that that's going to be a feasible possibility anymore for you to basically, like, hey, I'm using this to basically get characters tier 4. So now we got to max out his skills. 7 mil. Jesus Christ. Whew. Ooh, baby. 7 mil per skill. Your boy's expensive, man. That's one expensive bitch. That is one expensive bitch. That's just for the skills. I'm already down almost 100 million on him. Now we got to go into the big terror squad right here. Oh man, let's get this enhancement going on. So let's see. I'm just gonna relay enhance. 2. Who cares about the 2 in the beginning? 13. Ooh, that one hurts. 19. That one hurts even more. 20 fucking 3. Come on, guys, for real. 25. Wow. So usually the first and the fourth one usually hurt the most. Let's see if we can like lower these numbers just a little bit. 4, it's not a good place to start. 10, still not a good place. 9, okay, thank you. 19, really? Really? Wow. Wow. Wowee. That hurt. 8, 9. Yo, keep these numbers low. Otherwise, I'm not going to have enough souls to basically get this dude up. 21 and then 9 and then 19. I know this dude's going to ask me for like 2,500 souls to get him to the next level. This is expensive, man. Like, I get the whole purpose. 7, 13. Jesus Christ. If this hits below 25, I don't think I can level him up. 16. That was expensive and that hurt. You saw the numbers on my carbonadium and how those just tanked and dropped, and we're literally at 184. So that's roughly 125 million, excuse me, I'm bad at math. 120 million probably in gold that it took to level this dude up to this point. That's fucking ridiculous. And then we got to go level him up. Make sure you got some of these universal books. Thank God. And look at this. 2,300 souls of the fault teen. 1,300 carbonadium, 1,500 life seeds, and 10 books, and 12.5 million gold. Holy shit. All for you to get that little bit of power creep. Oh man, all for a drop of blood. So there we go. So this is Sentry at tier 4. Not bad, no complaints. You know, I knew this was going to be a character that I definitely wanted to level up. I got to give them kudos for the uniform. I did this in my first impressions, but I think a lot of the elements that they've got on his uniform look absolutely cool. They look absolutely amazing. The merger basically from the golden boy with the now black hair because he's merged with the void looks really cool. I don't get the belt crunching with his ab waist and stuff like that, but I understand, you know. The uniform looks really cool. I think they've done better element jobs of doing like that ribbed matrix kind of look on the uniform with other costumes, especially like Spider-Man 2020 excuse me, Miles Morales looked really cool. The boots look really good. There's a lot there in the kit that just looks absolutely cool. Like even the hair effect where it falls on him. I think they could have did a little bit better job to make the ribbing in his chest area and on his legs to stand out more. I think this is the reason why like the dimpled design look on the leather in between his legs and underneath on his obliques looks a little flat compared to like Miles and some of the other characters, is because this ribbing doesn't pop as much to make it look like it's two separate elements. So it's almost like they're faded into them, but I think it's a good look. I really like the gauntlets. They're really good. I still, for the life of me, do not understand why Sentry is still listed as a superhero inside this form. I swear to God, for the life of me, I couldn't tell you why. It makes no sense to me. I'm confused as hell, but he's a superhero right now for some fucking odd reason. I get that, you know, the neutral tag probably would have been too much, but at the very minimum, I was expecting this Sentry to be a supervillain, but not. So we're gonna run him back into giant boss race, same level with no custom gear, no artifact as well, and see how he performs. All right, so here we are. We're gonna basically run this Sentry again, just the support from there. We don't have a striker equipped. I'm going to proceed anyways. I don't care. Like, I just wanted to see what the raw power looks like on the character. You know, raw power of my account, rather, you know. I wish you could just strip everything from your account so that way you could see what the raw of the character looks like without all of the snuff. So we got 4. Did I mess that up? Look at that. With no CTP, no artifact, no striker, and he still ripped all of that in one go. So now we're going to go over here, which means he's really going to rip this as well because it's no different. His speed is ridiculous. I love it. There we go. And just like I said, he just rips it all the way through. So what you can do with this kind of like view of the character is just easy to extrapolate from here. I wish that they gave like a test mode for basically inside the game, so that way you could see all of the different levels the way they kind of set them up, because I think that would be really nice and helpful for people to actualize the power with the different uniforms. Like if we could take them to their base form with the new updates, but they don't really optimize the character that way. All the power is basically sold in the uniform, and then the upgrade basically happens from there. But going back to take a look at this Sentry, you can essentially see here at tier 4, I didn't have anything on him. Like my striker skill is here, and I can equip a striker, you know, depending on what it was. I don't know which one I want to use it. Matter of fact, I'm just going to use this one. There's probably better strikers in here that I could use for him. Like realistically, that's not a good striker for him as I think about that one. He is, what is this? Yeah, we'll use Doctor Strange, okay, because I like my man Doctor Strange. I like to just play what I like to play. I don't try to hit a meta and be like, well, I got to put this character inside strikers or whatever. It didn't really make a difference to me. And you notice I didn't even need to use the striker ability either to basically get what I needed out of him to basically complete that. So like I said, though, you can see here, I'm running most of stuff in there. I do got Odin Blessings, but guess what? I don't have any artifacts equipped to him. I don't think this artifact is all that necessary. You're gonna eke out some power. You know, I can definitely put a custom gear on him. I don't know which one I want to put yet. I really have like a CTP of destruction or a CTP of energy in mind. I'm kind of tempted to go with the CTP of destruction and just kind of like make that a mighty. But I'm also tempted to just go with a CTP of energy inside of here. I haven't really thought it through quite yet, so I'm going to still think about it. And then I can basically run him up the chain with that. But the idea essentially here for you guys to understand is that the character's powerful, man. Like, am I going to take him inside PvE and use him? 100%, but I mean PvP 100%, especially inside Otherworld battle or something like that, to see how he survives. But my real interest is to make sure that he can do PvE content for me, because that's where the majority of the gameplay is. If I go inside timeline battle, I'm facing uphill with the number of players who are paying into the game and they're paying to win. There's no, like, what they really need to do with PvP, in my opinion, is they need to do a PvP of stripped down, so that way it's like, and I know that they can't really do it, but like where no stats matter, and they need to come up with more PvP modes that we can actually play instead of autoing. You know, Otherworld battle, Alliance Conquest, these are all autoed. Timeline battle is essentially like, you know, yeah, you're not autoing it, but I want to see like some one-on-one PvP. I want to see, that's what I really want to see, is like, hey, give me a character that I can pilot inside of here and give it to me in like a staged arena. Like, I would love to see Marvel Future Fight do what Marvel Future Revolution did with their arena battle, where you had like a whole stage to basically do, and you had to like control points or something like that. I think Marvel Future Fight would be more successful if they added in some of the elements that they had from Marvel Future Revolution and things like that into this game. And I said it before, when Marvel Future Revolution was dying, I thought they would have benefited more if they had just basically utilized some of the aspects of what was happening here inside Marvel Future Fight inside that game. I thought they would have done far better than what they did do before they had to eventually shutter their doors. You know, especially if they were able to utilize the roster of characters that they currently have and maybe just upgrade some of the graphic scales on them, because that's all to me Marvel Future Fight really needs at this point, is an update to what we currently have with some of the systems and things that, you know, we're seeing with certain games like Solo Leveling Arise and, you know, Seven Deadly Sins, Grand Cross, Black Clover, and some of the other games in Netmarble's catalog. They would be far better. But on face value, Sentry's a beast. I think you know, I like the way the character looks. I like the way the character feels. Here goes something I'll do for you guys. You know what? I'm gonna do this just because. This is what I'm gonna do. Let's go back in here. Let's look at Sentry really quickly. Let's skills. I can't remember what he had on his skills. Oh, so this is what you can do if you're really concerned about what CTPs you put. I always just go in to look at who's the #1 Sentry, and I try to take a look at like maybe the top 10 Sentries in the game. You know what I mean? Like, and get an idea of what people putting. So you see, he put a CTP of Conquest on this motherfucker. I do have one CTP of Conquest. It's a mighty They're really hard to come by. I saw even Cynic Alex was talking about how he had problems doing those at CTP of Conquest. Wow. Everybody's got a CTP of Conquest on. Guess what? Your boy is not putting CT. So you got CTP of Greed. CTP of Greed would not be a bad option for him, actually. CTP of Greed would not. Probably be better than a CTP of Destruction and still serve pretty much the same functionality. Let's go to number 10. CTP of Greed. What does your boy MPKB have on him? I just saw him in the number 11th rank inside here. Let's see what he has on him. So a CTP of Conquest. So it seems like the large majority option inside there is a CTP of Greed or a CTP of Conquest. My CTP of Conquest is sitting on my boy Silver Surfer. So it's probably going to stay on Silver Surfer. I do not believe that I have any CTP of Greeds, unfortunately. I think all of them are in current use. I'm pretty positive all of my CTP of Greeds are in current use. So yeah, so he's not sitting there. I don't have a CTP of Rage. It's going to get pretty expensive, but we'll equip this to him. I want to do it, but I don't. That's fuck it. We'll do it. And we'll reforge this. Go ahead, reforge, bitch. All right. So reforge, we get a mighty CTP. I'm not going to re-roll any of the stats right now. I'll change the stats off screen, but we got an all basic attack. You can look at the max stats here, or anyways, like realistically, I'd probably go with a strike skill, like I said, because I'd rather prefer to see him have the boss damage. So that way I have that for him. And be able to use him in boss damage overall, and then change, like, you know, the percentage chances and stuff, because you see the max chances here, 30% chance to penetrate, blah blah blah, for 200%. I would like something more close to that, basically, you know what I mean? So we're gonna leave that where it is right now, and then I do have some timeline battles that I need to run. So let's go here and take a look at timeline battle, and we will swap out my band. And we will put him in charge, but we're gonna put we're gonna do it this way. Yeah. We're gonna do it this way. So his leader is 60% energy. No, you know what? We're gonna do it with him in the lead, so that way we take. I think because that's the way I really would run it to get all the allies the debuff removal. Yeah. We're gonna do it that. So I'm gonna leave this on auto and let it play. And that's how, like, you know, we'll judge it based off of that. Like I said, I don't realistically play PvP anymore, and I don't even build for PvP or be concerned about the teams. I just let it run, and as long as I'm getting the, you know, the whatever I'm getting for it, I'm happy. You know, like whatever is the 120, you know, what you call it, I'm perfectly fine. I don't even think I'm in Vibranium League right now, to be perfectly honest anymore. I've given that less of a fuck about it. And unfortunately, I can't use him inside of Otherworld Battle because he's debuffed this week. I didn't understand why they chose to do that, but they did. You know, he gets released and we get debuffed for Sentry. Like, guys, that's not the smartest thing to do. Let him just run and let him cook for at least a week before you decide to debuff him. Oh, look at that. I'm getting smacked down by this dude Sentry. Back and forth buff battle. Like I said, I think I'm in like maybe like Platinum or Gold League. I don't even think that I'm inside of Vibranium anymore. I'm not exactly sure. Like I said, I really just do not care about PvP. And the message really there is like they need to make PvP available for other players other than whales, and just adding elements for you to buy into the system isn't really going to help. He seems to be smacking down hard on, you know, general everyday type characters. You know, none of these characters are probably whaled out. Liking it. Killing Genes, killing Thanoses, killing Atom Warlocks. Who we fighting now? Hulk, Sentry, and Atom and Thanos, excuse me. Oh, my Sentry's gonna lose. Oh, I won. I'm surprised about that. Whew, I thought I was gonna die for sure there. There we go. He got stacked. Damn, come on, bro. Kill him. Finally. I thought I was going to lose that one. Thanos is not standing up. Damn. Hulk ripped on my Sentry. I knew Hulk was going to get one shot into Adam, though. Hulk ripped on my Sentry. A little shocked about that one. But you guys get the play basically here. It, you know, like I said, build your characters for the game modes and the things that you play. If you play, you know, if you play World Boss, then try to get what you can out of the characters for World Boss, because then you're more than likely to continue playing the game, as opposed to if you just went up and used the character only for, you know, Otherworld battle and timeline battle, and you just auto played every day. Then you're more than likely just gonna like fall out of favor with the characters, and you're just gonna move on. You'll forget, and then you feel bored between now and the next update because you're not playing the characters that you want to play and having fun with those characters. So if you play Giant Boss Raid and you have World Boss Legend and you have fun playing those, build your characters for that. Don't build them for PvP. You know, find a way to make those characters work inside the game modes that you have. You really need only a team of 15 characters or a roster of 15 tier 4 characters, and you should define which characters it is that you really like, that you really want to invest in. But there's no reason for you, especially if you're a free-to-play player, to invest in every single character to try to hit every single meta of every environment, let alone that meta being inside of PvP, for which is controlled by somebody else's wallet if you don't have top dollar wallet. So just be you know, cognizant of that, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please do me a favor, like and subscribe. It really helps the channel to grow. I'm trying to hit 1,000 subscribers. I would love to do that by the end of the month. So if you guys can help out, you're viewing the channel, so I know the viewers there. Let's just get you guys to actually hit that subscribe button, and I appreciate all the support. Until next time, guys, peace.